We'll be using this for our food processor. We want 2 cups of cheese. One cup of all-purpose flour. Now you want 6 tablespoons of cold chilled butter. Tell you what, it don't take long for it to get soft. Cubed up. That's going over in here. Now I'm also going to do a little bit of garlic powder again. Salt and pepper. Garlic powder. Black pepper. You could do salt if you want to. I'm leaving it out of mine just because I think there'll be plenty of salt in that cheese. And then I'm going to put the lid on this. Then let's go and let's see. Apparently, I don't have this thing on here that way. Okay, y'all. It could, if you don't add that tablespoon of Dijon mustard, it's going to be more like a coarse meal that'll form into a ball. But I went ahead and added it. And it still could be that way if you stop it a little faster and I did again. But now we're going to pick it up and form it into a dough ball. Even if it's like a meal mixture still and you don't add that mustard. And we're going to wrap it with saran wrap and throw it in your refrigerator for 30 minutes at least. And then we'll make little 1-inch balls and put a little indentation in the middle of them, and that's where your pepper jelly will go. So let me get me some saran wrap, wrap this up. The new dough going in the fridge. When I say the new dough, it's because we ended up with cookies because I was going by a recipe that, you know, what you see on, like, say, Facebook, but it was not somebody's necessarily. It's one of those things like a group that says home cooking or just something like that, and there's a recipe there. But there's a lot of steps that they leave out and a lot of things they do differently. So we'll see if this next one works out a lot better, and I think it will. These, nothing wrong with them. They're going to taste delicious. They just look like a cookie, not a little round, you know, appetizer with a thumbprint in it. It's more like a flat cookie. But they'll make good cheese. So, let me get this open and I'm going to take a bite of one of these. Let's test this. I can't get this open. And I'm not going to yell at JoJo. Tammy sent me this. So it's not on my website because I don't have one, but it's on hers. If you can't get something open, it's supposed to, it absolutely works. Golly. Handy dandy. Her website's Color Valley Cooks. www.colorvalleycooks.com. I'm going to get me some jelly now. Morning, y'all. Yesterday, I started making these cheesy thumbprint cookies that I got off of one of these group type website things. Don't trust those. Had to redo them. We did them anyway. They were good. They just didn't keep their thumbprint. They just went totally flat, like a for real cookie. So I started another video with the proper way of doing it. And I'm going to have to put them together. So you may or may not see this today because I've got some work to do too. And Tim will give me some extra work this morning. So it's a busy day. But we're going to put these in the oven. This is after I did them the correct way, which was an food processor type thing. And then you put the dough in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes to chill. Well, mine's been in there overnight and it's almost froze. So we're waiting on that. Now, your dough probably won't be this hard because you won't leave it overnight, most likely, and let your fridge freeze it. But you just want like about a 1-inch ball or so. And then we'll put an indention in them. I'm going to lay mine on parchment paper. You can do that, or you can grease a paper. If I can remember this off the top of my head, in case I didn't, I'll write it down too. It was 2 cups, these particular ones, was 2 cups of cheddar cheese, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, same on black pepper. You can do a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, that's optional. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm forgetting. The flour, I think that was about it. It's pretty simple. And then your pepper jelly that goes on the top. And then you just get whatever pepper jelly that you happen to like. So it's the Dijon mustard, the flour, the salt, the pepper, and your pepper jelly. And your cheese. Oh, and a butter. A 1/2 stick of cold butter cubed up. And you put everything but the pepper jelly in a food processor. And it'll come out kind of like a course meal, especially if you don't use that Dijon mustard. If you use the Dijon mustard and you mix it up a lot in the processor, it'll come out more like a dough. But if it looks like fine meal, that's really what it's supposed to be. I just used a little bit extra Dijon mustard, and hopefully that won't flatten me out again. You can leave that totally out, though. Now, that first recipe I did just had a cup of cheese in it, and it made 1 pan, and this is going to make a little bit more. Probably because it has the 2 cups of cheese, and these will be a bit cheesier. And I got to say, those yesterday was pretty cheesy just with the 1 cup, and they're really good. It reminded me of something I'd had before, kind of like a Cheez-It, but with a lot more, or basically like a cheese stick without having to do the cheese stick. That's exactly what it tasted like. Cheese sticks that you'd get at your bakery. Now, yesterday I used my thumb, but today, since I made such a cookie, I'm going to use this little thing to just make me a little indention in here for my jelly to go. We do all those. Okay, here we are with these. They're going in at 350 for 13 to 15 minutes. Okay, they should be done. Let me lay them on this instead. That little cloth one. Now we've got to let them cool off, and then we'll put the pepper jelly and those indentions on top. Yeah, I don't have the patience. Got to give a billy goat. So I'm going to throw them on this platter while they're super hot, hoping they'll cool off a little faster so I can put the jelly on them and finish up y'all's video. Okay, I'm back. I picked jalapeno pepper jelly. You can do whatever you want to. I use this to kind of make my holes a little bit bigger when that might not work as well. Yeah, it will. I just do it that way. Just use my thumb too. And basically, you're just going to do all of them like that with some of your favorite pepper jelly across the top. I'll finish them off and be back. Here's our pretty cheesy pepper bites. If you want to know what it tastes like, to me, it tastes like the cheese sticks that you either make or buy at your local bakery, dipped with some pepper jelly is what it tastes like to me. They are delicious. Look, I'm gonna try them. Now I ain't tried these. Actually, I tried the ones I did yesterday, and they have 1 cup of cheese, and these have 2. Real good. Both really good. Y'all have a good day. We will see you next time. Bye.